Okay, we're going to continue on in our Father's Word today. This is 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 9. And Solomon asked God to give thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I might discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? And the speech pleased the Lord, that Solomon had asked this thing. And God said unto him, Because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast thou asked riches for thyself, nor hast thou asked the life of thine enemies, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days. And if thou wilt walk in my ways to keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days. And Solomon awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And he came to Jerusalem, and stood before the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and offered up burnt offerings, and offered peace offerings, and made a feast to all his servants. Then came there two women that were harlots unto the king, and stood before him. And one woman said, O my Lord, this woman dwelt in one house, and I was delivered a child with her in the house. And it came to pass the third day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also. And we were together, and there was no stranger with us in the house, save we two in the house. And the woman's child died in the night, and because she overlaid it. And she arose at midnight, and took my son from beside me, and while thine handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. And when I awoke in the morning to give my child suck, behold, it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son, which I did bear. And the other woman said, Nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son. And this said, No, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son. Thus they spake before the king. Then said the king, the one saith, This is my son that liveth, and thy son is the dead. And the other saith, Nay, but thy son is dead, and my son is the living. And the king said, Bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, Divide the living child in two, and give half to one and the other half to the other. Then spake the woman, whose the living child was unto the king. For her bowels yearned upon her son, and she said, O my Lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. But the other said, Let it be neither mine nor thine, but divide it. Then the king answered and said, Give her the living child, and in no way slay it. She is the mother thereof. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to do judgment. Now this is 1 Kings chapter 4. So King Solomon was king over all Israel, and these were the princes which he had. Azariah, the son of Zadok the priest, Elhoreph, and Ahiah, the sons of Shishar, scribes, Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahul, the recorder, and Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was over the host, and Zadok and Abiathar were the priests. And Azariah, the son of Nathan, was over the officers. And Zabud, the son of Nathan, was principal officer and the king's friend. and Hishar was over the household, and Adoniram, the son of Abda, was over the tribute. And Solomon had 12 officers over all Israel, which provided victuals for the king and his household. Each man his mouth in a year made provision. Each man in his month in a year made provision. And these are their names: the son of Hur in Mount Ephraim, the son of Dekar in Makaz, and in Shalbrim, and Beth Shemesh, and El Beth Hanan, the son of Hesed in Arubah. To him pertaineth Sakah, and all the land of Hepler, and the son of Abinadab, and all the region of Dor, which had Tabhat, the daughter of Solomon, to wife. Benaiah, the son of Ahud, to him pertained Tanach and Megiddo, and all Bathsheba, which is Zartanah, beneath Jezreel, from Bethshean to Abel Maholah, even unto the places that is but beyond Jokneam, the son of Geber, in Ramoth Gilead. To him pertaineth the towns of Jerir, the son of Manasseh, which are in Gilead. And to him also pertaineth the region of Argob, which is in Bashan. 70 great cities with walls and brazen bars. Ahinadab, the son of Iddo, had Mahanaim. Hamaz was in Napoli. He also took Basmath, the daughter of Solomon, to wife. Benaiah, the son of Hushai, was in Abner and in Aloth. Jehoshaphat, the son of Parua, in Issachar. Shimei, the son of Elah, in Benjamin. Geber, the son of Uriah, was in the country of Gilead, and in the country of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and of Og, king of Bashan. And he was the only officer which was in the land. Judah and Israel were many, as the sand which is in the sea of the multitude, eating and drinking and making merry. And Solomon reigned over all kingdoms, from the river unto the land of the Philistines, and unto the border of Egypt. They brought presents and served Solomon all the days of his life. And Solomon's provision for one day was 30 measures of fine flour, 80 measures of meal, 10 fat oxen, and 20 oxen out of the pastures, and 100 sheep, besides harts, and roebucks, and fallow deer, and fatted fowl. For he had dominion over all the region on this side of the river, the Tipsha, even to Adzi, over all the kings on this side of the river, the Euphrates River. And he had peace on all sides around him. And Judah and Israel dwelt safely, every man under his vine and under his fig tree, from Dan even to Beersheba, all the days of Solomon. And Solomon had 40,000 stalls of horses for his chariots, and 12,000 horsemen. And those officers provided victual for King Solomon, and for all that came into King Solomon's table, every man in his month. They lacked nothing. Barley also and the straw for the horses, and dromedaries brought they into the place where the officers were, every man according to his charge. And God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceedingly much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country, and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all men, than Ethan the Ezrahite, and Heman the Chalcol, and Darda the sons of Mahol.